Okay, so good afternoon and good morning. And well, I apologize for us being late for about 2 minutes. And yeah, we have come to the last session of the school this week. And in this session, in the last hands-on session for this week, we will be focusing on experimenting with TARDIS and some of the spectrum modeling tools that has been presented by Dr. Puspitarini earlier. So for this session, the priority is for you to explore TARDIS first. And if you still have more time or feel challenged, for example, please also explore the spectrum modeling tools. You can use some kind of like ChromaStar Pi, for example, or Pollux or anything that you could find in the presentation by Dr. Puspitarini. And like the other hands-on, we expect the outcome of this session to be some kind of reports. So you can check the message that has been posted by Avi in general channel in Slack. And please ensure that the report comprises everything that she had listed in the message. Okay, so yeah, I think we can start immediately. And after this, you will be divided into the breakout room, unless some of you have any questions regarding the session or regarding the assignments, or for example, the formatting of the report. Any questions or comments, suggestion, for example? All right, then. I'll take that as a no. Then let's go to the breakout room. So group 1 can go to the first breakout room, group 2 can go to the second breakout room, and so forth. Thank you, and yeah, see you later.
So Liz, can I add something?
Oh, okay, sure.
Perhaps we can have recording of Dr. Wolfgang this morning because he showed us one by one step how to install the TARDIS package, right?
Yep, I'll post that on Slack, so the participants will be able to access the video from the YouTube video.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Dr. Puspitarini?
No, it's okay. I'm here if there is any question related to spectrum modeling.
Okay, thank you.
I think you can install that using Conda. And
Is everyone now in the main room? Okay, so this maybe you can tell me the progress. I know the time is very short, but perhaps you can tell me finally how far you tried the TARDIS or other tools about spectrum modeling.
Sorry, I missed that. Did you ask for me or did you ask for
Yes,
one of the participants?
I asked you or anyone who in the because I cannot see the
Okay. All right. Thank you. So I'm not sure, but everyone seemed to be very quiet during the session. And usually when it's quiet, it indicates that there hasn't been that much problem. So maybe we can ask one of the participants to share what have they learned during the last session, maybe for 1 minute or two.
Yeah.
Will that be okay?
Yes, great idea.
Okay, is there anyone who'd like to share what you have learned during the last session? Maybe you would like to share your experience in using TARDIS or even the spectrum modeling. Sorry about that.
Anyone want to share? I know this is Friday, so the mood is already on the weekend, but cheer up. And I know there's a lot of things about spectrum, and it's not easy. I know. For me, it takes years. So for you to learn in such a short time is already amazing. So please be proud of yourself and cheer up. So how many of you have tried TARDIS and get the spectrum of supernova? Maybe you can raise hand if you're okay. Subham, great. Subham, you want to share something?
I tried the module on that online itself on the binder.
From the binder, yes.
Yeah, because I'm running out of space on my laptop, so I couldn't install it. So I have to run it on the web page. So I ran it and I was looking through the code, how it is running, what parameters they have chosen, so and how the spectrum looks. So I got something that if we change the parameters, the spectrum would change. Let's say they have specified the parameters for abundance of metals as some value, and it's uniform as well. So we can might tweak the value and we can like change the spectrum. We'll see. But for that I have to install it on my system. Then only I can modify that model file .ym. So, I'll see if I can install it, and then I'll try to modify and try to get something. I hope the spectrum would be different if I change the values of those abundance metals in that model file.
Okay, thank you so much, Subham. I saw Haru also had raised hand earlier. Haru, are you here? Do you want to share something?
Yeah, I'm here. I actually the same group, from the same group with Subham, and I've tried it too with Binder Notebook, because there is a problem when I try to run from my local Jupyter Notebook,
Okay.
then
Yeah,
and
perhaps
I don't really know how to solve it.
Okay. Okay. You can ask question anyway to Dr. Wolfgang to solve if you have installation problems. But perhaps when I try to install TARDIS slight problem with the environment, but finally it works in my computer. But probably you encounter same problem. So this can I add some few words before we close the session? So
Sure. Yeah,
um,
the session is
I
yours.
know for TARDIS itself, it really takes the whole session of this afternoon. But perhaps later on, you can play with the with the tools that I presented earlier. So for example, here I want to share my browser. Oh, sorry, I need to I showed you this earlier, but maybe you can you haven't got time to try. So you remember these tools for obtaining a model of stellar spectrum. So you see, you can change the parameters in here, and then actually you can plot also in the website. I mean, you have plot features that allow you to see what the models look like, and you can select many models. Actually, here's an example. So you can there's a lot of option here. You can plot every all of these models or only one models as you like, and then you can also retrieve. Retrieve means you get the file, the fits file, and then if you're familiar with Python, you can open it in Python, and then you can compare with your spectrum. Another thing, because there's a lot of question about line identification. So as I already explained, to identify the lines, you need line lists. So this is one of the websites that provided. You can also check Kurux or well, so there are many portals or ways to obtain this. One of them is from this website, NIST. And here you can, for example, if you have this is just an example. So I obtain spectrum from LOD archive. For example, the range of the spectrum is from 4,000 Armstrong to 8,500 Armstrong. For example, I want to identify these features, this absorption line. What should I do? Then I go to NIST and then I select the spectral range. For example, from this is in nanometer, but you can also change it in Armstrong, I think. Yeah. For example, you want to get all the possible lines from 4,000 to 8,500, and then you can retrieve the data. And actually, you can, with advanced settings, you can also choose your format. For example, oh, I want CSV file, or I want ASCII file, or and then after you download it, you can open in your Python, and then you can overplot between the spectrum that you have with this line list. Then you can try to identify the lines in the spectrum. I hope my explanation is clear. And one more, maybe in Chroma Star Pi, you probably will find sometimes the module can be missing. But you can check in the GitHub. So there's a GitHub from a StarPy with the recent update of the code. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Okay, go, Sulis, please.
Oh, thank you. I thought you'll also close the session, but okay. So that would be the end of today's session. This week also, so you will have like 2 days for holiday, and you can have a good rest, and hopefully you have learned a lot during the week. And thank you also for Dr. Luki for adding some of the information earlier. And before we wrap this up, I believe that the organizer would like to have a photo session with every one of us. Yeah, okay, thank you, Rio.
Okay, to participant, please open your camera because we will check our picture for today. Okay, we'll check the picture from 2 slides. Each slide is 2 times. Okay, the first slide, 3, 2, 1. Again, 3, 2, 1. The next slide, we check the picture. 3, 2, 1. We check again. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Have a good weekend.